Welcome, everybody. This is my pleasure to be here with all of you, women and men, that are joining us today to celebrate this. Every day is Women's Day, as we all very well know. As we all know, especially women, we all know that every day is Women's Day, as every day is every human being's day. It's very important to be aware of this. But since our world is turning upside down, it's important one day to say, to bring forward everything that we women and all women go through and do and are here for. So it's a very nice day for us, especially in PVH, since we are all very lucky, I would say, but it has nothing to do with luck. It has all to do with our hearts and our souls and what we have been brought together today to do as women and as human beings in PVH. We are fortunate to have our beautiful healing wands and all the knowledge that we have been acquiring. For me, it's a very special month, March 2025, because marks 10 years since I have known PVH, since I have known Mr. Siva, sir. 10 years ago, March 15, next Saturday, I met Siva, sir, in a class here in Uruguay, and I didn't know what I was going to, and it changed my mind, my life completely. So for me, it's a very beautiful month, this month, because I cannot believe that 10 years have gone by. It's beautiful to think of all that I have grown and I have learned and I have been a part. Is really overwhelming. And it will be my pleasure to be talking about this in future sessions. But I wanted to share this with you all right now because for me it's very beautiful. 10 years in PVH and the way PVH has changed my life completely and those of my family and my friends as well. Everybody around me is in PVH and I am very happy and very and it really fills me with, it overwhelms me to know that we have this with us. It's really something. It has no words. PVH for me has really no words to describe. And I will try to show you today in this small presentation that we have prepared with our beautiful group in ways that PVH is present in our lives and how it encourages us to be more and to help other people, especially other women, but of course everybody else around us, Mother Earth, which is the first woman, if I may say so, that supports. So thank you all to be here. Thank you, Mother Earth, for all you give us. Thank you. First of all, as we all know, in PVH, we always say something very important. PVH wants all women to be pain-free. Pain-free in all the kinds of pains that we know: physical pain, emotional pain, mental pain, spiritual pain, and pain that we don't even put a name to. So this is the first thing that when I met Mr. Siva, it struck me very, very hard how Mr. Siva, of course, he is open to everybody. PVH is for absolutely everybody. But we must say there is a very special place for women in PVH. Because as you all must already know, as we all say in PVH, if everyone is happy, every home will be happy, every city will be happy, every country will be happy, the whole world will be happy. And this is why, this is because we all know, as mothers, as daughters, as sisters, as wives, we are always there underlining, we are supporting, we are giving, we are nurturing. So it's very important in a household, in a city, in a colony, a neighborhood, women are very important. Women are the supporters of life. We are the ones that are providing and are providing. Of course, men provide a lot of important things, but women are providing that smallest and biggest of whatever assistance, whatever, is it an idea, is it just listening, is it a nice plate of food, is it arranging a house, whatever. We are always doing something for our family, for our loved ones, for our city, for our country. So women are the core of the family um, knit, and it's so important for us to be aware that we as a team, we together get can make such big changes in our lives, our family lives, our colony life, our city life, our country, the whole world. So I find this very beautiful and very basic. If every woman is happy, the whole world will be happy. I find this to be real, and I salute Mr. Siva for bringing this up. Of course, the first one that has to be happier is our dear Mother Earth, and we are all working for that in PVH. But the way of working for us, for each one woman, one of us, is supporting everybody around us. So PVH is always growing and is always trying to go further and do more, and is always ahead of what needs to be done. PVH is always with an answer that I have found in my 10 years. Now I can talk about my 10 years. I'm very happy. So PVH is always, from the very beginning I met Mr. Siva, I realized that he had a soft spot for women. And what do I mean by this? I think that Mr. Siva's mother, being such an important figure in his life, he has told us repeatedly, many times, stories and happened, and how his mother was always taking care of everybody, and how his mother was never sick. And if she was sick, she was still working for the family, providing food, doing everything. So PVH is always working towards women. There are two things that I find the most valuable, no, but the core of PVH for women. One is our pink wand, of course, and the other is forgiveness for women. I was talking last night, I had opportunity of being with some young girls, and they are doing, some friends of my daughter and other women that were around in a small celebration we had yesterday, and they are following PVH, and I was asking them about the woman's affirmation, because, as you know, in the Western world is different from in India or life in other parts of the world. And women here tend to think they are independent, they don't need this, they don't need that. So when we start reading women's affirmation, for me too, the first time I said, oh, I don't need this. I don't need this affirmation. I don't have this problem. And Mr. Siva counted how many times I had in my life said, oh, I don't want to be a woman. Oh, what? And it had been many times. And I was not aware of this. I was absolutely aware of this. For me, in my heart, I was fine as women. So I was asking these girls in between 25 and 30, more or less their ages, that they read forgiveness, women's affirmations, and they were saying the same thing. The first time they read it, they said, this doesn't resonate with me. And after understanding and started reading it, they were telling me in the different ways the women's affirmation has helped them. The women's affirmation works in ways that we just don't imagine, not only for our emotions, but also Of course, for our emotions is the first thing. For our thoughts, very old thoughts, those thoughts that have been there, that we are like, I was not aware of them. But also it works physically. Someone was telling me that when she has a period pain, of course she heals with a wand, but reading forgiveness affirmation for women several times, the first time pain came down 70%. Second time she read it, 50%. After reading women's affirmation 4 times, the period pain had gone completely. So this is something I adore, simply adore in PVH. We must explore, because there are many things that we don't say, we haven't discovered yet, but PVH, using the wand, using the affirmations, we can have results that we don't even know. So PVH is always a step ahead, and women are a very important part of PVH. I have seen Mr. Siva in these 10 years always go out of his way to help women that need his help, calling sometimes for 20 minutes in a phone call with a woman around in the other side of the world that needs any help, physical help with a physical problem, with emotional problem, with mental problems, with spiritual problem. PVH will go out of his way to help any woman that is in need. And of course, we know perfectly well that our music for our song, Mother Earth and Mothers of Mother Earth song, is not only beautiful, but also helps in ways that we don't understand. When women are going through labor, I tell the persons that are around her, play this song nonstop. And they come back to me and say, the moment we started putting the song, the labor went fantastic, everything changed. So in so many ways, PVH is helping women all around the world that we can't even imagine. It's something that I treasure so much in PVH, the way that we have our resources, we have our tools. Calling them tools is something not nice. We have all these gifts that we can use to better our world and better women's lives. It's so beautiful, because as you're saying, PVH wants to help women understand what they're going through. And this is very important, because I find that many times when we are going through rough moments, rough periods in our life, we are so overwhelmed by what is going on, that we don't even know what is happening to us. So PVH, with the affirmations, with the songs, of course, with the blessings, PVH is helping women in fantastic ways. Not only we have these tools, but also we receive guide. We can be guided as how to live a PVH life. And this, I find, changes absolutely everything. Because when we have forgiveness as a first thing, everything absolutely changes around the problem or around our life. PVH brings forgiveness to our world. And this is so important, because if we are suffering because of whatever is happening around us, first thing is forgiveness. I forgive whatever is happening, whoever is around, and acceptance, of course. Acceptance is the very important word for everybody, but for women especially. So PVH comes into our lives and explains how we can help ourselves and we can help other women. And this for me is very important, because I find that not only for myself, but for everybody else, when I talk to women of all parts of the world, but especially South America and places that are going through different difficult times right now, when somebody is going through a difficult time, wherever they may be, I say, please read affirmations, put the blessing, and then start doing. Do something. First, start by moving around if you can, if you want, clean something, do something, help somebody else. This is so important. Helping and doing not only helps ourselves, but helps everybody else around. And this, I think, women are the champions. Women are champions of doing things for others. Of course, we are mothers, so we started doing things for our babies, for our husbands, for our parents, for our siblings, for our friends, for the animals in our house. So we are masters of doing something for others. And if we do that, whatever we do it from the heart. And when I say from the heart, it's not something, oh, from my heart. It's just doing it for the pleasure of providing, helping, bettering whatever situation is at hand. Whenever we're doing that, magic happens. What is the magic I mean? It's that everything comes back to us. It's very magical in the sense that you wouldn't think it. You would think, I need something, I want help. But it's very incredible how when I give something, I am receiving. It comes back. So whatever I'm doing outside, I am receiving. And this is something I feel that women are the first to experience, because for us, it's normal, it's usual to be doing something for our parents or for our sons and daughters or for our husbands, providing, doing, helping, cleaning, bringing food. So it's very beautiful how PVH has wishes for us to understand this, that when I am doing something, that I'm not thinking about myself, which is normally what women are doing, thinking about their loved ones, their husbands, their children, their parents. We are actually also giving to ourselves. This is a little secret I have discovered after starting looking at other people, how to help other people. I realized that by helping other people or by doing something outside, I was helping myself. This is a treasure that women, we're not the only ones that feel this. This works for absolutely everything and everybody, I find. But I feel that women discover this earlier on. And this is something very beautiful that being a woman gives us. This ability to be attuned to others and to be willing to help and to give and to nurture, which is in our nature. This, I think, is the secret of happiness. Giving is receiving, as we are taught in our prosperity affirmation, but this is for life. I find that whatever we're giving, we're receiving. So women are giving love and are giving nurture, and this is what we are receiving. So it's one of the beautiful things of being a woman. And of course, there are many instances where we can be lost and we are feeling that something is wrong with us and we don't know what it is, and we are seeking for help and not finding it. There are many moments when women feel very alone. Please, next photo. When we are feeling very alone, when we are feeling that we don't see the path, there we have PVH helping us and guiding us. Because many times women are crying silently, have no one to turn to, feel alone, feel scared, because we don't know. Many of us have never been taught many things of the emotional things we were going to go through, the mental problems. And so what happens? We feel alone. We turn inside. And this can be very difficult. This can be very difficult. So through the women's affirmation, through the women's classes that Mr. Siva has given, through the forgiveness affirmations, so important, forgiving myself, forgiving. Many times I tell people when they are, especially women, when they are feeling guilty because they didn't do enough, because they don't know how to help somebody, because they don't know how to help themselves, because they don't know how to change a situation. I say, of course, with affirmation, but forgiveness affirmation 1. Read affirmation of forgiving myself. It's so important. Forgiveness affirmation 1 is beautiful and is very important because it really cleans us. It cleans all those ideas we have of ourselves and all those guilts and all those things that we feel that we do wrong. Because many times it's just a thought that I think I'm doing wrong. And so another way that affirmations helps us and that PVH helps us is with the forgiveness affirmation 1. It's very important. And of course, affirmation 2 for my family, 3 and 4 for my husband's family, for my husband. All these affirmations, what they do is clean everything around us, all the misunderstandings, or even the misunderstandings that didn't leave my mind yet, all the things that I have inside that are hurting me. While reading the forgiveness affirmations, I'm cleaning all this towards myself and towards others. And then we come to the physical issues. Of course, Mr. Siva has never stopped saying how important it is for us to be aware as women that we have bodies that are different. Our bodies are different. Our body have delicate body parts that we need to take care of. We need to, of course, be grateful that we have this possibility of bringing a new life to the world, but we must take good care of ourselves. We must take care of ourselves with our beautiful wand. We must heal ourselves to be always in ship shape, and also not only physically, because as Mr. Siva says, for women, emotions are so, for everybody, because I'm seeing many men lately get cancer and a lot of things because of emotions. But women, we know we are the champions of emotions, because it has to be so. Emotions are fantastic, but they can get out of hand. And when they get out of hand, we hurt ourselves physically. And I say we hurt ourselves physically because, of course, I don't realize, but I myself am generating all this with worrying, with feeling alone, with feeling not understand, or not being understood, or not being loved, or not receiving what I need. So I am creating this for myself, because remember, whatever is happening outside, we cannot change. We can only change ourselves. So whatever is happening is impacting me. And what do I do with this? I fall down, I take it all, or I start forgiving, I start accepting. This word can be a very tricky word, accepting. But for me, it has sometimes saved my life, because when I was young, I was a very much more than now, not a fighter, but I would stand up and I would want to change things, and sometimes even hitting walls, because nothing is going to move there, but I want to move. And life taught me acceptance. Accepting what I cannot change, of course, changing everything I can. And for this we have, and what I cannot change, I must accept. I had to work around it, because for me, accepting was like giving in, and it has nothing to do. It's completely different. Is accepting, what the acceptance I'm talking about is like accepting things I cannot change, in a way of, in a how can I put it? like accepting reality. For instance, I want to wash clothes and hang them outside. It's raining. Well, I cannot do that. I have to accept. And when I accept, I can start getting other ideas as to what to do. This is a silly example, but you understand what I mean. I must accept what I cannot change. If it is raining, I cannot make it stop. Well, I can with my PVH rain song. But I mean, accept what I cannot change. And I have found it for myself, and talking to other people too, when I accept what I cannot change, I start finding other situations, other ideas, other ways. But first I must accept. If I keep trying to change, I'm not accepting because I'm trying to change something. And while I'm not accepting, this continues. Once I accept and I say, okay, you're here. Okay, I stop trying to change you. Then I can start seeing things, maybe through here, maybe through here. This is what I have experienced in my life, and I have seen many people experience in theirs. Acceptance. Acceptance does not mean giving in. It means accepting the reality. And then after this step of accepting, I can see more, and maybe there will be a change. So for all the ladies out there that are listening to me and are going through something difficult and that escapes their, they cannot do anything about it, accepting with forgiveness. I accept, and without expectation, because it's not, I accept for something to change so I can get what I want. No, it's simply innocently accepting. I cannot change. This is not in my power, in my hands. After this very important, intimate step, I 100% am sure things are going to change. Maybe not instantly, maybe not tomorrow, but things are going to change. And of course, we have a divine fire, and we have all the tools that we in PVH have. But acceptance is for me is very important. Not only if we're talking about mental issues, emotional issues, but also physical issues. I find that I speak with many women in many parts of the world that are going through physical things, especially symptoms that they are feeling and that they don't like, and really mess up their lives, and they feel many things that come from fear or from old things. Accepting means not fighting what is going on. Okay, I accept this reality that I'm going through, and after this comes a lot of change. So this I have been taught in PVH, and for me is crucial. Accept for change to be able to come. Physical issues, mental issues, emotional issues, spiritual issues, whatever I'm going through, I accept. Of course, in PVH, we have a lot of help, and especially help in the form of teaching, of understanding. This is another thing that for me, PVH, well, also with internet nowadays, you can Google the parts of your body. And for me, every day I am more, I was talking to somebody yesterday that had an operation that the esophagus have been removed, and the stomach, the doctors brought the stomach up to here and sewed it here. So the stomach of the person is doing the work of the stomach and the esophagus. I mean, our human body is something so marvelous, such a fantastic creation. So PVH has opened up for me the world of our human body. I never thought I would be so marveled. For me, the body is something that we use, and just it's a means to be here and doing everything we as we say, balancing our karma and doing good, using our fantastic body. But once I started looking into our body and the things that it can do and the things that it does, just the cell Gregorio Foundation cell video that Mr. Siva has found and showed us during COVID. It's something so fantastic what is going on inside ourselves. And we, the more I find, the more I study and the more I understand our human body, it's very interesting. I tell everybody, go into internet, whatever problem you have in your body, go and investigate, go and see what is happening there. How, for instance, 10 years ago, when I had my thyroid problem, I didn't even know where my thyroid gland lived. I had no idea at all. So I had to go see, oh, it's something that is here. Oh, it's like a small butterfly here. Oh, how wonderful. And I had no idea. So it is another gift of PVH, knowing the human body I live in, and cherishing it. Every day I look at my body and I say, thank you. You're so beautiful. It doesn't matter the shape that you're in. It doesn't matter what is happening in 62 years of life. You are beautiful. And I thank you for being here for me, for doing everything, taking me where you're taking me, and allowing me to do everything I want to do. And this, for me, this awareness has only been possible through PVH, because if not, I just use the body, never thinking about my body. On the contrary, saying, oh, you're not strong enough, you're not beautiful enough, you're not thin enough, you're not this and that, whatever. PVH has absolutely changed my mind to be able not only to accept, but to cherish and thank my physical body, all the organs inside. And this is another thing that PVH has completely changed my mind. Of course, as a woman, I knew about my menstrual cycle, and very young, I started knowing what I went through. And of course, every woman is interested in knowing and understanding what is going through. But our beautiful human body is always, we are always learning new things, and especially we are very aware of it, because of course